Hello guys, I'm the Terror City, and my version of the word Terror City. Terror, I hate movies, and City, I like movies. You might find that confusing, but just go with it. And this is the second episode of Season 2. Now, we're going to kick things off with an episode that I wanted to do, but I just didn't feel like doing. But I've got around doing it. So, these are my best films of 2013. Now, these are only going to be my top 12 best films of 2013. And no, I'm not going to do a worst list, as I haven't seen a lot. There's not a lot of bad movies. And anyway, I haven't seen one. Except After Earth. But that's another thing for another day. Anyway, without further ado, these are the top 12 best review. These are the top 12 best films of 2013. So without further ado, number 12. What is number 12? Crap. Oh yeah, For the Dark World. Okay, now I haven't seen this movie so many times, but it is but I do enjoy it. Now most people do seem to complain. Well, that's what I believe. I don't know. It's probably one of the more, I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's just forget all this all the way, and let's just go to the plot. Anyway, the plot of the film is that Loki got kidnapped, and anyway, after that, there's the elves. One of them, played by Christopher Eccleston, wants to take a weapon. And when the Asgardians found out about this, and also the humans, Thor and his lady friend have to go on the quest to stop the elves from taking over the world. Like I said, this is a pretty interesting film, and I really do enjoy it. And yeah, agreed. Now there's good things about this movie. The fight scenes are spectacular. The CG is well done. The acting does a pretty good job. And agreed. The guy that played Loki does look is fantastic in it. I'll give him that. And agreed, the villain doesn't have that much personality, and some people don't care for him. But he doesn't do a bad job. I just felt like he could have done a lot better than what he's done. But this is just my opinion, so don't take it from me. Anyway, number 11 is The Croods. Yeah, The Croods, the anime movie. So yeah, The Croods is another anime movie which follows a bunch of cavemen who do the usual. They go hunting at daytime, then sleep at nighttime. It's the usual. But then this is Del.
Hey.
But anyway, there's an earthquake which destroys the cave, and then they meet this tropical forest. So it's up to them to get out of here by going to the other side of the place with a little help by their friend. But it's not easy. Like every animated family movie that has a jungle in it, it's not that possible to get out. This is like the other movie. This is a pretty funny one. Well, it's a good one. But it's funny. And this is rather interesting. Very, very interesting. I would say, about 4. Yeah, I will recommend that. Anyway, moving on to The Croods. Anyway, the voice actor does do a good job. Nicolas Cage plays the bully. Well, the father. He's just like in some Nicolas Cage movies, he's always crazy. The voice acting does a good job, and there are a lot of good gags here. I'm surprised that this movie was very well done by critics. I really am surprised. A well done opportunity for people. A well done opportunity. Coming in at number 10 is Okay, now the following I'm about to say will confuse you a lot, because the following I'm about to say will confuse you. I'll probably say, well, it's a TV episode, but if you guys saw it, you know why this is going. It's number 10, Doctor Who, The Day of the Doctor. Yes, yes, a TV show, a 15th anniversary. But guys, this is the reason I'm adding this to my best films of 2013. The reason it's on the film movies list is because it was released in theaters. The movie's released in theaters anyway, so yeah, that doesn't matter. So if you guys don't add it to your list, I'm okay with that. I'm just surprised nobody does this. Well, I'm not saying a lot, but maybe some. Anyway, the plot. Taking place after the events of The Name of the Doctor, the Doctor and Clara have to go to investigate something, which they meet two doctors, played by David Tennant and John Hurt. But they have to go against the Daleks and Zygons. But there's a plot that's been going around over the revived series for a very long time. Now, like other people, I do agree. This is one of the most confusing Doctor Who's out of the whole saga. But there'll probably be others. I don't know. For me, this probably one. This is probably my second favourite Doctor Who story. Why? Because my favourite Doctor Who story has to be The Waters of Mars. Believe it or not, people, that's probably one of my favourites. And it's the one which I really do enjoy. Probably one of my favourites. But you guys have your opinion, so I can't go over there. But anyway, the voice acting does a good job. And I do like how the writer of this, Stephen Moffat, who used to make good ones and now he's making mixed bag Doctor Who episodes, does do a good job of what he does. And no, I have not seen Adventures in Space and Time and Space and the Five-ish Doctors, but I have seen Night of the Doctor. Yeah, but like I said, the reason this is on the list is because it was released in cinema and it was in 3D. So yeah, but yeah, and yes, I've seen The Time of the Doctor, and let me tell you, it was worth the treat. And I'm looking forward to the new TV series. So yeah, we're on that. So yeah, and so, now for those of you that haven't seen this, are probably wondering, what is the time war? Do we get the time war that everyone's been talking about? Yes, we finally do. The whole TV show doesn't focus on the time. You guys might find it a bit disappointing because it doesn't always focus on the time war, but they do talk about it in a couple of scenes, so you might be pleased. And they do cover the story arc of it. This whole story arc that lasted for a couple of 7 seasons for a total. Now, granted, it was supposed to end at the end of Time Part 2, but that was the first half. The second half of it finally covered it, so the whole story arc is now completed, so we don't need to talk about that time war anymore. I do recommend this if you guys are Doctor Who fans, and it is on DVD. So yeah, I highly recommend it if you guys are Doctor Who fans. Coming in at number 9 is Man of Steel. Yes, Man of Steel, the reboot. I'm going to be straight honest with you people. I have not seen the Man of Steel. I have not seen the other Superman movies, but I'm planning to watch the first Superman and see if that movie is pretty awful. But I don't know. I have seen World's Finest though. That was pretty awesome. But anyway, the story is, well, I'm not going to talk about the first half of the plot, but you guys may already know what it's about if you guys seen the movie. But anyway, let's talk about the second half. General Zod takes over. Superman gets. Okay, you know what? I'm going to talk about the plot. Anyway, after Krypton is destroyed, Kal-El, who's played by Henry Cavill, gets sent into Earth forever and lives there. But after realizing his powers, he has to find out where his place is, which sounds familiar, but it does because it's Batman Begins. But anyway, after deciding who he is, he gets help from his friends, from a bunch of friends. Well, one of them who was slain. And then he gets called by one of his kind, General Zod, played by Michael Shannon, and is told that Kal-El must be returned in 24 hours, or the world must be destroyed. So it's up to Superman to stop him. This is another one which is. Now this is the one which is split in the middle. This is either loved or hated by people. This is like I said, this is one of the most compelling storylines. And most of you Superman fans might like it. Well, I don't know. Anyway, the action is insane. The actor does a pretty good job. And now some of you are probably saying, do I recommend this movie? Yes and no. I would recommend this if you guys are hardcore Superman fans. I don't know if you guys will like it or hate it. But if you guys are are just new comic book. If you guys are new to the comic book movie franchise, this is worth checking out, and this might introduce you to the franchise of comics. And yes, I'm looking forward to the sequel, but that comes out in 2016 now, which is kind of a shock. I don't know, but I hope that the sequel does do a pretty good job. Not to mention my friend. My friend. But my friend is looking forward to it. I'll tell you about my friend when we get to him. Well, in future episodes. Number 8, Riddick. Yes, a movie, an adult. Alright, let me get into a quick rundown for those of you that don't know about the franchise. Pitch Black in 2000 is the one that started this franchise. It was so successful that it spawned 3 sequels. I'm saying that because I'm gonna put Dark Fury. Pitch Black is enjoyable. I've only seen the first half, but it does look enjoyable. Dark Fury, well, I'm wondering if I can watch it or don't watch it because it's anime, and I'm not the biggest fan of anime. Not to mention that Gotham Knights I used to like, now it's growing on me. I don't know if I'm either liking it or hating it. And Chronicles of Riddick, well, I like that movie. Riddick, I'm going to say isn't bad, but it's not. But it's, I don't know.
Is that it?
Anyway, the plot. Well, Riddick gets betrayed by the Ironmongers and gets stranded on the planet where he has to survive for the first 30 minutes of this movie. No kidding. Then he gets a distress signal by the bounty hunters, 2 groups of bounty hunters, 1 that wants his head and 2 that he's familiar with. But when they capture him, there is a threat that they should worry about. But when they offer Riddick to get out, Riddick knows that they're not going to leave the island. They're not going to leave the island that easily without having his head off. The voice actor does do a good job. The special effects are so freaking awesome. They're better. The action does a good job, and Vin Diesel is probably the best thing about this movie. And the first 30 minutes does do a good job. Do I recommend this movie? Yes. If some of you hated the Chronicles of Riddick, I would like you guys to just check this out and see if it's a good experience. But if you guys are not the biggest, but if you guys don't like boring movies with slow pace, I wouldn't recommend this movie. But that depends on if you guys are just a bit. Alright, number 7 is Iron Man 3. Yes, I know. The majority. But let's get straight to down it. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm gonna say I like the first Iron Man movie. The second one isn't bad, but I'm not gonna watch it again. Avengers was awesome. Iron Man 3 was a lot awesome. After the Avengers, Iron Man 3 has been having nightmares about what happened at the end of Avengers. I'm not kidding. Go check the movie for yourself. Yeah. But anyway, then he gets a call by the Mandarin. Then he gets attacked by him. Then the rest of the movie is just following Tony go surviving without any suits. And he has the biggest question: does the man make the machine, or does the suit make the man? He actually does do a good job. The special effects are good. The running gags are great, but they're kind of forced down. And the acting does do a pretty good job. The only complaint with the movie is that the movie said that the trailer said it was going to be dark, emotional, and that. But and some of you might think, oh, so this movie could be awesome, right? Yes, it is awesome. But the only problem with it is that it's not dark and emotional. No kidding. Like I said, watch the movie for yourself. If those of you that are going to watch the movie right now after this, don't. Watch the trailer, then watch the movie. Because then you're going to be confused here. Then you're going to be posting comments, or you probably won't, because there's not a lot of subscribers. But still, that was the problem with this movie, is that the trailer said it was dark, emotional, and that. And I was so pumped for it. But then the movie just kind of fell down. But I don't know. But if this, I don't know. Probably they changed the script and that. But if there was a second script and the original script was that, I don't know if that would have been a great movie or not. But that's just me. But I do recommend this movie. If you guys enjoy the Avengers and want to check out Phase 2, I suggest you check out both Iron Man 3 and Thor 2. They're both awesome movies. And like I say, I highly recommend them. At all modes. We're going off to two big epics. Yeah, now these are number 6. Alright, anyway, I'm sorry I cut there. Sorry, that was a mistake. Anyway, the second one, the other two are gonna be, it's gonna be it's gonna be another superhero movie, and it's gonna be an anthology one. So, alright, start with number 6. Number 6 is The Wolverine. Yes. For those of you who don't know, The Wolverine is an adaptation of Frank Miller's classic story, one of the most popular. But I haven't watched it. But I haven't read it. But I'm glad I've watched the movie because the movie's awesome. Taking place 6 years. 6 years after the events of X-Men: The Last Stand, Logan, played by Hugh Jackman, is still haunted after Jean's death. If you guys haven't seen the third movie, check it out before you check out this movie. Then he's called by Yukio. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably a name. To get to Japan to honor the master Yashidas. But there's differences. But I'm not going to talk about that. But I'll talk about it when I get to the full length review. I'm not spoiling stuff here. But anyway, Logan is then offered by him that he can offer mortality instead of immortality. But that happens because when Logan gets shot at the funeral, some of you may say, well, that's stupid because when he gets shot, he will heal. Well, wrong. Because somehow he doesn't heal. Watch the trailer, watch the movie, I swear. And then the rest of the movie, like Iron Man 3, is just him surviving on his own without anything. And that's it. Like I said, this is an adaptation of one of the most popular comic books out of them, and it's published by probably one of the mixed bag writers, Frank Miller, which that's what I call it. But if you guys have an opinion, like the others, the characters are well developed. The action sequences are so awesome. Well, except for when he goes up against the ninjas, that was that was probably the weakest. But anyway, they don't use that much they do use special effects. The villain Viper doesn't do a bad job, and the ending. Okay, now for those of you that are probably wondering that is this like Iron Man 3? Is this not going to be dark and emotional? Well, it is. Because the trailers and the movie is the same. And that's the problem that Iron Man 3 had. Because like I said, Iron Man 3's trailers was dark and emotional. While the movie wasn't. But the Wolverine is that. It's dark. It's emotional. and the movie is the exact same thing. But anyway, the ending. The ending doesn't do a bad job, but I don't know. But I will. But it's just a bit disappointing. And yeah, and with the Days of Future Past, I won't spoil it. But anyway, I'm going to spoil this part. The sequel is coming out, X-Men Days of Future Past, and with the movie, and it's going to be based off the graphic novel. Go figure. Actually, no, don't. Anyway, say it again. With the movie coming out in May, I do highly recommend, for those of you that are moviegoers, and don't know anything about the comic movie franchise, watch the X-Men trilogy and watch the Wolverine, and then be prepared to watch Days of Future Past. And yes, I'm so excited to watch this. I'm so excited. But anyway, that's number 5 is an anthology movie. For those of you that are probably confused here, this one is a web movie. This is the Uncanny Valley. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Uncanny Valley is the 5th anniversary of the Dark Out the Glasses, which consists of 6 anthology films. Now, I'm not going. Now, like other movies, I'm not going to spoil the hell out of this, but I will say that each movie is directed by 5 directors, and there's 6 directors. The first short is directed by Doug Walker. The second short is directed by Leo Thompson. The third one is directed by Brad Jones. The fourth one's directed by Mike J. The 5th one's directed by Matt Williams, and the 6th one is directed by Daryl Kami. That's I don't know who her real name is. I'll check on IMDb and find out. Anyway, all 5 there are 5 shorts that are funny. Well, one is just dark. Yeah, there's one dark, and this documentary. I don't want to go over it, but it's worth recommending. It's worth recommending. Check that out. The Glasses on Blip.tv. I'll post on the link in the description below. You'll probably find it for yourself. Anyway, alright, these are the last 4, and these ones are awesome. So let's get right into it. Alright, number 4, Wreck-It Ralph. Yes, a movie that was so anticipated for, and people keep forgetting it was for Pixar. But it looks like Pixar, but it's not Pixar. Anyway, the plot is that there's a game called Fix It Felix Jr., and the main villain is Ralph. And simply, Felix is morally the good guy, and Billy, every time he wins a medal, and then at the end of every level, the Icelanders get Ralph, throw him off the roof, and back in the mouth. But Ralph gets sick and tired of this, and decides to be the good guy, and goes in various levels. But he ends up going to the Sugar Rush, and he gets help from Penelope, and decide. But pretty much Ralph has brought something on board, and it's going to destroy the place as soon as possible. The voice acting are good. I do enjoy them. The voice acting is great. Some of the jokes I didn't like. Okay, this is one of the Wreck-It Ralph is one of the confusing movies that I don't know, because I like this movie a lot, but the reason it's not highest on the list because the others are awesome. But this is a pretty good Disney classic. I do recommend this. Right, number 3. Okay, actually, voice acting is great. No. Wait. Actually, no. Back on number 4. Anyway, back to Wreck-It Ralph. The voice acting is great. Anyway, I do recommend this movie because the voice acting is great. The jokes are cool. Oh yeah, and if you guys like sugar like me, if you guys like sugar than me, then you're probably gonna like this movie because it has sugar, which will probably have you drilling your teeth. And yes, let's go. Anyway, number 3, Lego Batman the movie. Alright, Alright, let's get right into it. The plot for this one is that after attacking Man of the Year award, the Joker gets kidnapped by Batman and Robin, which we already know. But Lex Luthor breaks him out. Because this movie is not only called Lego Batman the movie, but it's also called DC Superheroes United. So yeah. But when the Joker breaks out, they leave evidence of trial. So it's up to Batman and Robin to go investigate by getting help from a hero. But you guys already know who it is. Now this is actually a movie that I was really looking forward to. After playing Lego Batman movie, I really wanted the Lego Batman movie, and I finally had one. This was a fun experience. I really did enjoy it because there are a lot of good jokes, and that's the movie's great strength. Now this is only the part which I always felt complaints. And now this is another complaint. The movie is how can you? Well, okay. Now to be fair, I know Warner Premiere made this movie 79 minutes long, and that's fine. Because of it, actually no, there's no complaint with it. So why am I even nitpicking? But I do recommend this movie if you guys are Batman. Fans. So yeah. But like I said, I do recommend this movie. If you guys like Lego Batman, if you guys like Lego Batman 2, I do recommend this. But just be careful. Alright, these are number 2, and these are the ones which I propose to be one of the best films of the year. Number 2, and this might shock you, and I might get hate, and I might get some negative comments about this one. But if you guys want to know what it is, this is the Starving Games. Yes, the Starving Games. Alright, the Starving Games, I'm not going to mention the plot, because you guys already know what the plot is. It's the exact same thing as the Hunger Games, because it's a parody of the Hunger Games. And for those of you who want to know, this is directed by the guys that did Meet the Spartans, Epic Movie, Disaster Movie, and Vampire Sucks. So yeah. The voice acting is good. Some of the jokes are cool, but some of them do feel kind of forced, and there were a couple that I found pretty embarrassing. But hey, it's enjoyable. Not to mention that one of the best parts about it was the Avengers joke. If you guys want, so if I say, do I recommend this? I wouldn't recommend it, but it's worth checking out if you guys like parodies. If you guys hate the Hunger Games and just want to see something parody, well, if you guys hate the Hunger Games, I want to see other movies parodying the Hunger Games. It's worth checking out. But if you guys just want to see a good parody, do yourself a favor. Just check out the Scary Movie franchise, because those are good parodies. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend this, but I would recommend it if you guys hate the Hunger Games. But if you guys want to check out a good parody, like I said, check out Scary Movie. It's the less of the evil. Anyway, the Starving Game was supposed to be on my number 1, but one movie just went to the bottom and just did something right. That movie. Right, so anyway, it's now for See the Chucky, which is a horror movie. Anyway, the story follows one of the girls attacking, so they gets killed, and then they go for a party, and then one of the characters got killed, and then Chucky starts killing them one by one, and then they start having but one of them finds out there's a connection between them that happened 25 years ago, before the first. Damn it, I forgot. Damn it. But the movie does focus on this character. The characters do a good job. Chucky is one of the. Baradolf is awesome. He does a lot of good jokes there and there. The deaths are awesome. Not as great as the fifth movie, but they are enjoyable and they're pretty inventive. Now, most people do seem to complain that the first half of this movie is so boring because of it's slow pace. I do respect that, people, but if you guys saw the first Alien movie, let me tell you, the movie is supposed to focus on its characters. Like Alien, the movie is supposed to focus on its characters. Because if it doesn't, then this movie will just be a mindless gore fest. No, actually, no, a mindless scare fest. And that's not what the movie's supposed to be. You're supposed to focus on your characters. That's what the movie's about. That's what horror movies are about. You have to develop their characters before getting into the real main theme of before you get into the real meat of the movie, where the characters start getting killed off one by one. That is the whole point of the movie. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys hate the movie, if you guys hate some of the movies that I mentioned, all the power to you. These are just my opinions. But see you guys on the Terror City, and tomorrow I'm reviewing Richard Donner's masterpiece, Superman. See you, folks.